Oh, they don't E-speed? What's going on? Big Ivy Cudgels with Dragonite. They're multi-scale too. Multi-scale weakness policy? You're joking. I haven't seen this since Generation 6, dude. Good afternoon, Pokésports. Welcome to another VGC Battle Stadium Regulation E video, bringing you a MANDIBUZZ team. MANDIBUZZ is a very tanky bird, now has access to Covert Cloak and Overcoat, which means you can't get slept, you can't get flinched, you can't get anything happening to you. So it's a pretty decent Tailwind setter that also gets stab foul plays, has access to Roost, has access to Taunt, and it's overall just a cool looking bird. Let's see what it can do here in Regulation E. This team is from Mestegio, who did post it on the Pokésports Discord. I'm looking forward to playing it because it looks very interesting. A lot of uncommon Pokemon here. In fact, I think most of these Pokemon, if not all of these Pokemon, don't see too much competitive play, but they're all great in their own little niches. Like, we have the Empoleon here with competitive and Assault Vested, rocking the Weather Ball in a Sand team, Hippowdon on that Sand team, and then Cornerstone Ogerpon to just take advantage of the special defense boost from the Sand while in Sand. The cool thing about this team is that if you look at all of them, none of them get hit by Sand Chip. Scizor's a Steel type, Empoleon's a Steel type, Salamence has Safety Goggles, MANDIBUZZ has Overcoat, Hippowdon's a Ground type, and then Cornerstone Ogerpon is a Rock type. So none of it gets hit by Stan, but you're, Stan? Who's Stan? Who's hitting Stan? None of it gets hit by Sand, and on top of it all, your Breaking Sash is on the other side of the field like it's nobody's business. I'm excited to try out this team. If you guys are excited to see MANDIBUZZ here in action, hit the like button down below, subscribe to Pokésports if you haven't done so already. And with that said, let's get on through today's video. Smooth with the Dozo Nozo. The Dozo Cyclizar? What's happening? What's the idea? What's the thought process? What's the game plan? You got a Dipplin? Triple Dragon? Quadruple? Oh, everyone's a dragon. I just realized. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish dragons. 6-ish dragons. Too bad it doesn't matter, because I don't really have a way to hit dragons on this team. I guess I do have ice moves here. Kind of. No Intimidate on their side of the field, though, so I don't know how much I want to bring Empoleon. What if I go Mandy, set up Tailwind? I don't hate that. I can even go Ogerpon really early, too. Their whole team is physical. Maybe Salamence means something here. I'm sure Salamence does mean something. And do I need a Scizor? Priority looks like fun. So does Hippowdon, though. Constant Weather Chip and Yawn? Yeah, that'll be great versus Dozo. Let's go Hippowdon. Being able to Yawn the Dozo is half the battle. It stops him from... Because the Dozo can't swap, right? And another... Okay, looks like the opponent ran out of time. Okay. Oh, well. If they lead Dozo Geary, they definitely ran out of time. Because typically Dozo players don't want to lead Dozo Geary if they don't have to. All right, a friend over here really likes Dragonite. Dozo and Tatsu. Okay, they might have just straight up ran out of time. Interesting. We gotta be a little cautious against this Dozo. I don't know how we're gonna be cautious, but we have to be a little cautious. I'm gonna hit it with the Taunt. And then hit it with the Intimidate right away. This is why you don't want a Dozo lead, because now I can do this. Not waste any time. Just spam it. Oh, okay, it's oblivious. Never mind. Alright, at least we know it's not unaware, though, so I can set up in its face. And they're gonna Terrastalize it right away. Is this the dragon? Yeah, it is dragon. It's technically a mono dragon team. And of course it goes for order up, and it's probably onto the correct target. Oh boy. Here we go. And I can't taunt it because it's oblivious as well. This is going to be a fun battle. Alright, let's get the sand up. Let's foul play this thing now. All we can. Go for the grass Tera, hit it with a yawn. Can't believe I have to grass Tera, have Powdon, but what other way can I win this game? I don't currently know another way. It fires off a liquidation, thankfully into a grass Tera though, so Hippowdon's gonna hang on. Gonna lower my defense, that's not all good. But hey, we'll take the chip. Big foul play now onto the Dozo. Great chunk there. Followed by a yawn. Alright. Now that this thing is yawned, I feel like we're in a lot better position. Unfortunately, I'm gonna take some sand chip now too. I think I'm gonna set Tailwind and slack off. No, I'm gonna foul play again. Then slack off. I could always set Tailwind the turn after, but these foul plays are doing way too much damage. They switch over to Order Up. Onto my poor Mandibuzz. We're gonna eat that though. They're gonna raise their attack stat so that my foul plays do even more now. Oh, look at that damage. Alright, we're burning through Dozo. Not incredibly well, but we are somehow doing it. Alright, I would love to have like a setup move or something now, but I just kind of don't. Because the Dozo is quite literally at 1 HP. And asleep. Alright, it has to do a mandatory turn. So yeah, this is a Tailwind turn if I've ever seen one. And this is a hard swap turn if I've ever seen one into Ogerpon. I would love to do... I would love it if my Mandibuzz had a priority move so that I can have it go first and then allow me to go for the Ivy Cudgel onto the Tatsugiri, but unfortunately that's not the case. The lefties are keeping this Dozo alive a lot longer than it should. It's all good though. So I can roost it all back. And just hit this thing with the Ivy Cudgel. Get rid of the Dozo. Try to make this Dozo's play a little bit more miserable. It's the Dozo lead that got me too. The Order Up into the correct spot is wild. Why they would go for a dragon move on my Ogerpon, I have no idea. Especially if they had liquidation. It's okay. I'm thinking about the past. The past already happened, so it's time to just worry about the present. See what I can do here. I got them down to the same amount of Pokemon that I have currently. I'm about to get full health back on my Mandibuzz. I'm not in the worst position. By far. There are much worse positions. Nice little chip damage on the Tatsu as well. Let's see what they go in with. I think they had like a D-Knight. Oh, a Diplin. Alright. I don't know what that plan is. But I think I should taunt it. Pretty sure I should taunt it. Then Ivy Cudgel Tatsu. Get rid of it. Don't let it be here. What does Diplin do? What is it gonna do? Infest me? Alright, Tatsu's gone. We got Dozu out, Tatsu out. If I had Freeze Dry here, that'd be amazing, but we don't. Let's smack him with this taunt. What was it gonna do? Infestation. Okay, it wasn't gonna do anything crazy. Just gonna infest me. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this Diplin though. In the late game. It at least can't protect next turn. Which is kind of nice. Who's their last Pokemon? Dragonite. I have to throw everything I have into this Dragonite. Quite literally everything, yeah. Oh, they don't E-Speed? What's going on? Big Ivy Cudgel to the Dragonite. They're multi-scale too. Multi-scale weakness policy? You're joking. I haven't seen this since Generation 6, dude. Oh, we outspeed. Cool. Foul play. Thank you, Tailwind. Nice weakness policy, friend. Oh, that works. That works for me. Syrup Bomb? Whatever. My opponent's playing VGC the long way. I don't got time for that, though. Speed drop, Tailwind Peters. Fine, fine, fine. Let's foul play the Dipplin. Let's just Ivy Cudgel Dipplin. Let's hope that we do some damage to this thing. Oh god, we're gonna be here all day. No, we sure are. That was a crit too. Double Syrup Bomb. Syrup Bomb infestation. We don't love it here. We actually hate it here. Dipplin shakes off Taunt too. Can I swap yet? Can I Taunt Dipplin hard swap out into Hippowdon? No. Okay, so here's what I have to do then. I have to set up Tailwind first. Then Ivy Cudgel Dipplin. Nice. I thankfully still outspeed this Dipplin, but I think my Ogerpon's getting to the point where the Dipplin might outspeed it unless I set up Tailwind. Decent amount of chip there again. Syrup Bomb again onto my Mandy. I think I gotta taunt this thing again too, just in case it has recover. I can't let it get too comfortable around me. Oh, the speed dropping is killing me. Alright, yeah. Thankfully, Covert Cloak is really saving me on this Mandibuzz. If I were them, I would just protect to knock out the Ogerpon. But I'm not them. Who knows what they do? Alright, they don't. Nice. Gonna taunt this thing, gonna stop it from recovering, gonna stop it from protecting, not playing that game anymore. Ivy Cudgel, I'm still outspeeding too, and bop. Nice. Dipplin's going down. We're taking a dub with Mandy. And it looks like Mandibuzz isn't the worst Pokemon in the world. That Tailwind came in clutch. Those foul plays came in clutch. I was able to knock out a Dragonite with foul play. Didn't think I'd do that. Anyway, on to the next. Snorlax and Fairy. Oh boy, I don't really have a great way of dealing with them either. I have a single fighting type move to be found on this team. Also, Iron Hand does kind of scare me. Huh, how am I defeating it? Alright, well, maybe Scizor is the play, especially if that's what they're going to do to lead the game off with. They don't have any Intimidate on their side of the field, so I don't really see a reason to bring in Polion. Could always smack him back with the foul play. That's also an option. I don't hate that. I would love to have a bunch of spread moves, but I just don't have them on this team. I do like a Salamence here, and I do like an Ivy Cudgel as well. It'll deal with that Milotic a little bit. But again, the second they get that Snorlax set up, it's just a matter of how do I defeat this thing? Because I know it's not going to be easy. Or maybe a taunt. Problem is, they're clearly just going to follow me turn one. And the taunt will go into Clefairy spot, so we have to be a little bit weary about it. Never mind, they just don't do anything like that at all. They go with Iron Hands and Cresselia. Alright, well, I'm going to click Swords Dance for now. And I don't hate the idea of trying to taunt a Cresselia. If I burn Mental Herb, I burn Mental Herb, right? It looks like no matter what I do here, I'm going to play in Trick Room. Alright, they're going to fake out the Scizor, which means I do get the taunt off on the Cresselia. We'll see if it has Mental Herb. I'm sure it does. Yep, there it is. Okay. Oh well. It was worth a shot. And there's a Trick Room. It's weird because they didn't look like they wanted to do Trick Room that much. I'm still gonna attempt the Swords Dance. I think this time around I'm just gonna go into the Salamence. It sucks because I do have Covert Cloak on this MANDIBUZZ, but no one ever fakes it out. With the practice games that I did have, not a single person fakes this thing out. And it's like, come on, hit me. I would love if you hit me. They never do. It's all good. Let me swap out the MANDIBUZZ before I'm one shot by a wild charge from this not Salamence, this Iron Hands. We're bringing in the Salamence. Time to get that Intimidate going. They go for the ally switch. Doesn't make a difference here, I don't think. I'm just Drain Punch my Scizor. It's an Intimidated Drain Punch, so nothing to write home about. The only issue with having U-turn is that I have to switch out if I actually want to use my attack stat, which is kind of stupid. But oh well. It is what it is. I low-key want to greet and also go for Dragon Dance. I know I'm in Trick Room, but doesn't seem like a horrible option right now. Alright, Snorlax is coming. That's actually a threat. Let's see how much we can do here with the... Ooh! Again, I love that damage. Don't get me wrong. But now I gotta switch out, which is so stupid. All those attack raises are now gone. I'm gonna go back into MANDIBUZZ. I can hit him with the Foul Play and really catch him off guard here, I think, unless they just swap in a Clefairy. Oh yeah, I forgot I clicked Dragon Dance. Free Dragon Dance. Iron Hand's coming back. Again, I have Covert Cloak, so that's okay. Thought process here is gonna be to just Foul Play the heck out of this Snorlax. Should I Fire Tera this? I think so. Just in case they Wild Charge me. Let me Fire Tera, let me Dual Wing this Snorlax. They got a Belly Drum to do any kind of significant damage, and if they do, we're gonna Foul Play them. With our significant damage. Please, go ahead, raise your attack stat to +6. I will take it. And I will hit you with it with Stab. Alright, fake out onto the Salamence again. For some reason, they love faking out the Salamence. There's the Belly Drum. Foul Play come through. Foul Play come through. You got this, Foul Play. There's the Berry. So much health back, dude. It's not even fair. It's enough. Goodbye, Snorlax. Nice Belly Drum. Good try. Maybe next time. I'm gonna flinch, unfortunately, but it's okay. We're knocking out 2 Pokemon. Sin is just coming out now. It feels like it's gonna be a good day. Because now, I know Sinisha doesn't have Mental Herb. And I also know that Sinisha doesn't like the Wing Beak. And I also know battle's gonna be canceled. Taking a dub. A quick one here. Another dub. Listen, man, MANDIBUZZ is on a streak. What can I say? Game 2. MANDIBUZZ taking another dub. Let's see what the next one looks like. Got another Rock Ogerpon. Alrighty. I'm not loving the Chiyu Fluttermane, I'll be real. That could be a potential lead for them as well, but I think it's not impossible to beat. It's just a little annoying. Now I'm looking at that Landorus and I'm honestly thinking they might bring it against me. I'm gonna lead Empoleon and lead Scizor. I'm gonna go double Steel types into the Chiyu Flutter. I know that sounds stupid, but I think a Assault Vest might save me here. Then Water Tera on my Scizor might be fine too. We'll bring MANDIBUZZ in the back. And last but not least, I'm kind of thinking Hippowdon, believe it or not. 1, 2, 3 things weak to ground. 1 thing weak to ground if it terrestrializes too. Yeah, I think I'm going Hippowdon. Not to mention, this gives me the option of setting Sand up and removing Sun from Torkoal. which also removes damage from Chi-Yu and removes photosynthesis from Flutter Mane. Yeah, that seems like the best option. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm gonna go with. Feels good in my gut. All right, opponents, running down this timer. 7 seconds left. What you got, opponent? I'm calling him Timmy. 1 second left, Timmy. 0 seconds out of time. What happened? All right, well, if they lead Torkoal, Flutter, we know exactly what their final 2 Pokemon are. Problem is, Torkoal, Flutter is a pretty legitimate lead. We can find ways around it. I think, at least. All right, Timmy. Torkoal, Flutter, they legitimately ran out of time, huh? All right, well, let's take this opportunity together to learn what they have in the back. I think that's a very good use of our time. Chi-Yu and Ogerpon. That sounds like a very rough number of Pokemon to deal with. Here's what I can do, though. Ooh, I can get greedy. Should we do it? I think I'm gonna Weather Ball. Should I Fire Tera? No, I don't think I have to Fire Tera. I say Fire Tera, I mean Rock Tera. Yeah, I Weather Ball here. I Heart Swap into Hippowdon, and I think I take a Torkoal. The obvious play for me would be to just Bullet Punch the Flutter, but either they don't care about that or they're terrestrializing away from that weakness. But hey, time to set up the Sandstream. This is why we have Weather Ball on our Empoleon. They don't care about a Scizor looking at them right in the face, apparently. But regardless, here's a nice Weather Ball onto this Torkoal. Big damage, baby. Leaving it at 1 HP. Gonna go for the Overheat, though. My poor Hippowdon. Taking a lot of abuse here. For no reason. What did Hippowdon do to anybody? Oh, they just eject pack out. Oh, that's annoying, because now I have to swap back in. Ugh. Yeah, that's a nuisance. Is this where Chi-Yu enters the field? Most likely. I'd have to assume. Now, I wonder what we do in terms of... Do we swap Hippowdon out? And who do we swap it into? Who wants to come in on a Dazzling Gleam? It's really only Scizor. Okay, opponent, literally, you don't, it's not this hard. Is my opponent, like, already starting to play this to timer? Like, did you come out of this game fresh with playing it to timer? No, it looks like, yeah, here, just Chi-Yu's coming out. All right, fine. Yeah, I don't know. Swapping in Mandibuzz to a Dazzling Gleam seems a little rough. Granted, swapping in Scizor to a, Heat Wave also seems rough. I'm gonna go for the Weather Ball. And I think I'm just gonna accept fate here with Hippowdon. Yep, there's a Heat Wave. Solvest saved me, thank you. Crits my Hippowdon too. Also, this Chi-Yu is outspeeding the Flutter, so it's definitely a Scarf Chi-Yu. Single targeted Gleam now, that hurts so bad. It crits me too, come on. What's with these crits? Thankfully, they don't switch a Torkoal in, so I'm able to just go for the Weather Ball into the Chi-Yu. That's really good damage. Because what we're about to do now is make an Omega outplay. Let me know when you guys are ready for this. Because there is no save switch for them now. We're going for the Vacuum Wave. Bop. Water Tera, Bullet Punch. Good luck. This is my Terrestrialization. Which means I don't think their side of the field Terrestrialized. Because keep in mind, they are Scarf Chi-Yu. That's the only important one that could have Terrestrialized right now. And Flutter Mane too. That should have outsped Scizor as well. Yeah, Bullet Punch for free into the Flutter. Goodbye. They must be ready to let it go down at that point. Or else you just switch that out into Torkoal, sack the Torkoal off, change the weather, but I guess they didn't feel like it. Anyway, here's a Vacuum Wave, double priority. And this is where the team is starting to shine. We are still in this somehow. Unfortunately, now I'm going to take a little bit of Sand Chip because I'm no longer a Steel type, but it's all right. Now we know that Torkoal's coming out, and we know that Torkoal's friend is coming out, which should be Ogerpon. If my opponent actually did run out of time, then yeah, it should definitely be Ogerpon. Can we do this today, or are we doing this tomorrow? You only have 2 options. It can't be this hard to choose what those options are. Why am I starting to think that I'm playing against an AFK controller? All right, cool. Ogerpon's here. Ogerpon and Torkoal. Wow, no way. Welcome to the video game. All right, what we can do here is I think I take the hard swap into Mandy. Oh no, maybe not. I'm gonna Vacuum Wave the Torkoal, get rid of the Torkoal, and try to get as much damage off on this Ogerpon as I can. And Bullet Punch. Great damage. And a Vacuum Wave. Bye-bye. Now all that's left is a Soul Ogerpon versus 3. Ogerpon has 1 HP left, and I have double priority. They're gonna hit me with the Ivy Cudgel. Not gonna do any damage. No idea why they wouldn't go for a grass type move. I'm very confused, but I'm not questioning it. Vacuum Wave, boom. Bullet Punch, boom. And good luck, opponent. No terrestrialization on their side of the field, too. I'll take a 3rd win. I don't mind. I don't mind. We used Mandibuzz negative amount of times, but it was a great cheerleader. GG's? It's John with the Iron Hands. John with the Iron Hands. I am not looking forward to this matchup. Honestly, John's team is so scary. I wanted to end off on a win, but John's making it a little bit hard here. What do I even do? Yeah, that Iron Hand's a little messy. Okay, I'm gonna need the Mandibuzz lead to set up the Tailwind, or at least try to match the Tailwind. They don't have any Intimidate on their side of the field, but they do have an Ursh that can really mess me up. Maybe double flying types might be my play. Maybe also Priority Scizor is the play as well, and I guess last but not least has to be Hippowdon. This feels wrong. It feels very wrong. To bring a Powdon, but not bring any Ivy Cudgel and not bring any Weather Ball from the Empoleon, but I need the Hippowdon just to slow down the pace of the game. Because if we play this game at the pace that my opponent wants to play this game, that's how we fumble and that's how we lose. I do like your hair though, as much as I hate your team. Tornadus and Urshifu is going to be their lead. Absolutely disgusting. I mean, this Intimidate does help, but I mean, I'm tempted to taunt them and then Dragon Dance in their face, because then they might not be able to get the Tailwind up, which is kind of the thought process here. They're gonna Terrastalize too. Fighting. That's not what I expected. The Fighting Tera Bear. And I'm taunted. How did they know? Well, granted, they're also taunted here. Yeah, I eat this if you're gonna go Fighting Tera. This is a very strange way to start the game. Yeah, there goes my Dragon Dance, unfortunately. But hey, there's my taunt. Alright, well, not what I expected. I'm going to Tailwind now. And now I'm taunted, so I guess I just have to go for the raw Dragon Dance. Alright, Ursh is actually going to swap out here. Goodbye, Ursh. Bringing in the hands. Okay. As much as I don't love that, I guess it's not the end of the world. Bleak Windstorm's going to miss the MANDIBUZZ too, so that's always nice. That still hurts, though. I'm doing no damage to the Iron Hands. Alright, let me actually hard swap here. Go into the Hippowdon. See if I can get a dual wing beat off on this Tornadus. Now that I'm in Tailwind, I can try to take advantage of this. The one thing that might hold me back is this Iron Hands just being too tanky and being able to do way too much damage to my side of the field with Drain Punches and getting a lot of health back too. I really don't have a good way of hitting this Iron Hands unless I use this Hippowdon effectively. Alright, dual wing beat into the Torn this time. I'm gonna chip it a lot, actually. One more combo of that attack, I'll knock it out. Alright, Bleak Wind again. Double targeting me again and doing a lot of damage. Dropping my speed this time, too. Alright, they just Heavy Slam onto a Pokemon that's already heavy. That's cool. Nice little Rocky Helmet chip there. And also free chip with the sand. Alrighty, alrighty. Salamence shakes the taunt off. We should now be able to go for the high horsepower. And hopefully connect again with dual wing beat. Yeah, I have to finish the Torn off because this Torn can Tailwind next turn if I don't finish it off this turn. So I gotta go for the hit. It outsped me because of the speed drop from earlier, and it just crit my Hippowdon. I didn't even consider that. That's my bad. High horsepower is going to leave the Iron Hands very low, but the Drain Punch is going to bring it... maybe not bring it back too much. I was at 1 HP already. Very low HP amount. The issue is they're going to get the Tailwind up. Oh, Rocky Helmet saves me from the Iron Hands. Thank you. How am I knocking out? How am I knocking out their Water Urshifu though? That's gonna be the hardest thing to knock out. For sure. I mean, I got through the Iron Hands, great. But now I gotta go through the whole Water Urshifu. Because here's the thing, like... I'm still in Tailwind, and I don't want them to be in Tailwind, so... I'm gonna Roost up. And I have to Bullet Punch the Torn. They still outspend, they set Tailwind. I mean, they set Rain Dance instead of Sand. It's not phenomenal. But at least Torn's going out now. What do they got in the back, though? CC, here it comes. First hit. Oh, it's into the Scizor. My Scizor has a much better chance of living this than anything else. Problem is, I didn't set Tailwind. I'm honestly surprised I lived this turn. Oh, that's because I didn't have Tailwind to set. Crazy. That means the Torrent still outsped my Scizor even though I was in Tailwind and the Tornadus wasn't. They have Chen Powers. GG. GG, what can I say? I can't do anything. I have Fire Tera here. I can maybe try to catch him off guard. Hit the Ursh with the Foul Play. And hit the Ursh with the Bullet Punch. I hope that's enough to knock it out. It's the only thing I can think of here. Can MANDIBUZZ come back for us? Because the Chenpao should have nothing that can really deal with a fire type in its arsenal. But the other dude sure does. Great damage there. They go for the CC. Into the MANDIBUZZ this time. Gonna leave me at 57 HP. Gonna lower the defense a little bit more. I gotta live an incoming throw. Okay, it was on Scizor. Fine. I think I knock it here. They're at -2 and this is stab. Nice. I don't know how I'm winning. Especially if they just throat chop me, they might just win. I would have to live a throat chop to win this game. The thing is, if it was Sucker Punch, then I think I would have been in a lot better spot, but I'm just not in one right now. Regardless, I'm going to go for the Roost just in case they protect or something crazy. You know, they just throat chop and I just die. GG's. Unfortunately going to take home a loss in today's episode. It's no big deal. 3 wins, 1 loss. One of them was a very aggressive win too, and this was a very close loss here at the end. I think my biggest blunder this battle was just not realizing the speed drop would make the difference when the Salamence was still on the field. I should have swapped something out, kept the Salamence alive, preserved Intimidate for the late game. That would have been cool too, but oh well. GG's nevertheless. If you guys enjoyed today's video, hit the like button down below, subscribe to Pokésports if you haven't done so already, and thank you so much. Mestegio. Sorry, I had to make sure I knew how to read that. I wrote it abbreviated on the piece of paper so I could say it right. Mestegio, thank you so much for posting this team on the Pokésports Discord. Remember, if you guys want to go ahead and submit your teams onto the Pokésports Discord, links to that are down below in the description. And as always, thank you so much for watching to the very end. I'm Ken, this is Pokésports. Have yourselves a great night, and peace out. Bye-bye.